Imagine a weapon so terrifying, so powerful, that its mere presence could turn the tide of battle. A weapon that spewed a relentless, unstoppable fire. A fire that clung to ships, soldiers, and even water, burning everything in its path. This wasn't a scene from a fantasy movie. This was the terrifying reality of Greek fire, the ancient world's most mysterious and devastating weapon. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of history's greatest military secrets, the legendary Greek fire. For centuries, the Byzantine Empire, the eastern continuation of the Roman Empire, held a secret that made them the undisputed masters of the sea. What was this mysterious substance? How did it work? And most tantalizingly, why did the recipe for this ultimate weapon disappear from history forever? To understand the impact of Greek fire, we have to travel back to the 7th century. The Byzantine capital, Constantinople, was the jewel of the medieval world, but it was under constant threat. From the north, the Rus Vikings. From the east, the rapidly expanding Arab caliphates. The city's legendary walls were formidable, but its greatest defense lay at sea, deployed from specialized ships called dromons. These ships were equipped with a bronze tube, a siphon, that acted like a primitive flamethrower, unleashing torrents of liquid fire upon enemy fleets. The psychological effect was just as potent as the physical destruction. Imagine being an enemy sailor, watching this jet of fire shoot across the water. It doesn't just set your ship ablaze, it sticks to it, burning with an unnatural intensity. You try to douse it with water, but to your horror, the flames only burn stronger. Panic would have spread like the fire itself. Entire fleets were annihilated, not just defeated, but utterly incinerated. The naval sieges of Constantinople in 674 and 717, both massive undertakings by the Umayyad Caliphate, were repelled largely thanks to this terrifying weapon. It wasn't just a battle. It was a demonstration of seemingly supernatural power. So what was in this ancient napalm? That's the million-dollar question that has puzzled historians and scientists for centuries. The original formula was a state secret of the highest order, known only to a select few within the Byzantine court. Anyone who dared reveal it would face certain death. Ancient texts give us some clues. Writers like Anna Komnene, a Byzantine princess and historian, described it as a mixture of pine resin and sulfur combined with other secret ingredients. Modern theories suggest it likely contained substances like naphtha, a form of petroleum, quicklime, and possibly potassium nitrate. The key was the combination. Naphtha provided the sticky, flammable base. The quicklime would react violently with water, generating immense heat, which could explain why it seemed to ignite on contact with the sea or burned even more fiercely when water was thrown on it. This wasn't just a simple fire. It was a complex chemical reaction weaponized with terrifying efficiency. The exact proportions, the specific mixing process, the pressure system for the siphon, all of these details were part of the closely guarded secret. The delivery system was as ingenious as the substance itself. The siphons, or siphonophores, were bronze tubes mounted on the prows of the Byzantine warships. They were operated by a team of men, the siphonarioi, who would use a pump to pressurize a heated cauldron containing the liquid. When the valve was opened, the pressurized, superheated mixture would spray out in a blazing torrent. Some accounts even describe hand-pumped versions used by soldiers on land, like portable flamethrowers and clay grenades filled with the substance that could be lobbed at enemy formations. The Byzantines had essentially created a complete weapons system around this single, terrifying secret. The impact of Greek fire on history cannot be overstated. It single-handedly saved the Byzantine Empire, and by extension, much of Christian Europe, from being overrun on multiple occasions. It allowed a declining empire to punch far above its weight, projecting naval power that was simply unmatched for nearly 500 years. It was the ultimate deterrent. Enemy fleets knew that to approach Constantinople by sea was to sail into a fiery abyss. This reputation alone was a weapon. So what happened to it? How could such a game-changing technology just vanish? The decline and fall of Greek fire is as mysterious as its creation. As the Byzantine Empire began to crumble from internal strife and external pressures, the institutional knowledge required to produce and deploy the weapon began to fade. The Fourth Crusade in 1204 was a devastating blow. When Western Crusaders sacked Constantinople, they didn't just loot its treasures, they shattered its institutions. The skilled engineers, the secret workshops, the generations of knowledge, all were scattered and lost in the chaos. By the time the empire was a shadow of its former self, the secret was gone. Later Byzantine accounts speak of the weapon almost as a legend of their more glorious past. Furthermore, the nature of warfare was changing. The development of gunpowder and cannons in the 13th and 14th centuries offered a new, more reliable, and more easily produced form of projectile weaponry. While not as terrifying psychologically, cannons were brutally effective and didn't require a top-secret chemical formula. Greek fire, the weapon that had defined an era, simply became obsolete and faded into legend. The legacy of Greek fire lives on, a testament to the incredible ingenuity of ancient engineers. It represents the perfect fusion of science, warfare, and secrecy. It's a chilling reminder that sometimes the most powerful weapon isn't the biggest sword or the strongest wall, but a secret that no one else can unlock. What other incredible technologies might have been lost to the sands of time? That's a question that keeps us digging into the past. Thank you so much for joining me on this fiery journey into one of history's greatest mysteries. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more explorations of ancient wonders and lost technologies. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss an episode. See you in the next one.